Hey everyone, and welcome back, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing everything revolving around streams of income. Now, the average millionaire is said to have around 7 streams of income. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing my streams of income and also some streams of income I would like to have in the future, and also some just general ideas of streams of income for those of you who are looking to increase your streams of income, just giving you some general ideas. So I'm going to be working down this list on my streams of income. I'm going to start with the ones that I'm more involved in, more active in, and then I'm going to be moving down to more of the passive ones. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to be talking about some streams of income I would like to have in the future, and also just some general ideas. So starting out, my first stream of income is my YouTube channel. Now, I get this income just through Google AdSense. Whenever you're watching any videos on YouTube, when you click on a video, you'll see an advertisement playing. For every advertisement playing, the person who created that type of content will be getting paid. And then perhaps whenever you're watching the video, you might see an ad in the middle. That content creator is also getting paid for that. And then I believe whenever you click on an advertisement, that creator is also getting paid a certain amount for that. Now, depending on what type of content you make, can kind of vary on how much you can make on YouTube. I believe vloggers who just create content about their life, they will be getting paid a little bit less, whereas people who create content about finance, they'll be getting paid the best, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And so with that, I move on to my second stream of income, and that is through affiliate marketing. Now, I have kind of two through this. The first one, I'll have certain companies that I work out deals with, such as Webull, where I will offer my viewers to earn a few free stocks if they sign up for their service. And in return, if my viewers sign up for those free stocks, I will also be receiving those free stocks as well. And then if I would like, I can always sell those free stocks, and that earns me money, of course. So I'm getting something for my viewer, and I'm also getting something for me. And then there's the other cases where certain companies will reach out to me about their product. Maybe they think their product would be suitable for my audience. They'll reach out to me and say, I will pay you an X sum of money if you give me a 30 to 60 second mid-roll ad, or maybe an ad in the beginning. And in exchange for that, they'll give me some sort of sum of money. Now, I'm only going to be working with companies that I believe are legitimate companies, and also companies that will help my audience out. So I am picky with these. I get quite a few emails every single week asking for these services. Not a lot of them I respond to. The ones that I do respond to are the ones that I believe are the most legitimate. So with that, I'm going to be moving on to my third stream of income, and that is selling on Amazon and eBay. Now, I'm not going to get into the products that I sell on Amazon and eBay. There are a lot of different products that you can sell personally. This can be just items sitting around your house. Maybe you haven't used something for a long period of time, and something that you would rather just get rid of, but instead of throwing in the trash, perhaps you could just take some good pictures of it, throw it up on Amazon or eBay, and then make the sale that way if you don't want to have like a garage sale. And usually you can find a buyer quite a bit easier on Amazon or eBay as opposed to a local garage sale, just because with Amazon or eBay, you have millions of viewers on that platform, and you're more likely to find a viewer who is willing to pay the price that it deserves. Now, there are definitely some other items that you can find as well. For example, you can go into thrift stores and find clothes that are worth a lot of money that people are donating to the thrift store, and you can throw them up online and make some good money at that as well. Electronics are always good money. There are definitely different products that you can look into to flip onto Amazon or eBay and make a pretty good profit. Again, I'm not going to get too much into this. I don't want to make this too long-winded. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my fourth stream of income, and that is opening up different credit cards. Now, you're probably wondering, how exactly is that a stream of income if you're opening up credit card accounts and spending on your credit cards? Well, that's because certain credit cards do offer what they call a spend bonus, and that's where you will open a credit card account, and if you spend at least, let's say, $500 within the first 3 months, in return, that credit card company will give you an X sum of money. So for example, right now, the Chase Freedom Card, if you spend $500 within the first 3 months of account opening, in return, Chase will give you $200 back. So with these credit card bonuses, I'm not spending anything extra. I'm not spending on something I normally wouldn't spend on. I'm just spending on groceries, gas, just everything else. I'm not spending on extraordinary things that I normally wouldn't purchase. So I'm not increasing my lifestyle in order to meet these spend bonuses. I'm spending exactly how I normally would, but in return, I'm getting, let's say, $200, $300, $500 back in return. So right now there are many different bonuses out. I will leave some examples in the description box below if you would like to check them out. And these may be referrals, so I may get something in return as well. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my fifth stream of income, and this is very similar, and that is opening up checking accounts. So just like credit cards, some banks, in order to get people to sign up for checking accounts, they will offer some sort of incentive. So let's say there might be a bank that says, hey, if you open your checking account with us and you receive a direct deposit within the first 3 months, totaling at least $1,000, in return, we'll give you $300 within the first 90 days. So there are many different banks that are offering this right now, and you may have to have a minimum amount in your account. So you may have to keep at least $1,000 or $2,000 in there for the full 6 months before transferring that over to your main bank or transferring that money out. But that is definitely a way to make some extra income. And again, I will give some examples in the description box below if you would like to take advantage of that. So I'm gonna be moving on to my sixth stream of income, and that is through receiving dividends. And so what dividends are, they're basically what a company is giving you in exchange, kind of like a reward or an incentive for investing in their company. So if you invest in a certain company, that company will, in exchange, if they pay dividends, is they will either pay you quarterly, or in certain cases, they will even pay you monthly. So let's say that you're investing in Coca-Cola, for example. For every share of Coca-Cola that you have, every single quarter, every 3 months, they will be giving you 44 cents per share, which over the course of a year is $1.76. Now, that doesn't seem like a whole lot of money, and it really isn't, but the more that you build shares within a certain company, that amount definitely grows over time. And then on top of that, there are certain companies that grow their dividend by anywhere between 5 to 10% every single year. And there are these dividend aristocrats that have a long-term record of increasing their dividend from year to year. So maybe the first year you'll only be receiving 10 cents per share, but then the next year you're receiving 11 cents per share. And then you hold that stock, you hold those shares over a long period of time. You're going to continue to see the amount of dividends that you're receiving from that company grow, and you're really going to see it pay off in that fashion. Now with me, most of the time with the dividends that I am receiving, I am reinvesting that money right back into the company, and therefore I'm seeing the amount that I have in that company grow, the amount of shares that I have within the company grow, and therefore my dividend is also growing in that fashion. So that is another stream of income that I definitely do have. And now I'm going to be moving on to my seventh stream of income, and that is through interest income. Now this is basically where I have money in a bank, I have it in my checking account, and I have it in my savings account, and that money, just by sitting there, the bank is giving me a return. Now at this point in time, banks aren't paying out a lot of interest. However, I do have a little bit of money set aside just as an emergency fund, just in case that I need it for a rainy day fund. If something breaks down and I don't have any money that's more liquid, to use that money to purchase something that's necessary at that point in time. Now I have all that money in my savings account. It really isn't garnering much interest at this point in time. I would definitely recommend doing some research and finding which savings accounts pay out the highest yielding interest, just because a lot of the more mainstream banks such as Bank of America aren't really paying out good enough interest. You can definitely earn a lot more with some of the, I guess, non-mainstream banks. So I would definitely encourage you to look into that. Now, I'm gonna move on to my last stream of income, and that is through capital gains of selling stocks. So with capital gains, let's say that I buy one share of a company at $30. 1 year from when I purchase that share, it goes up to $40. And at $40, I feel that it is a little bit overvalued. Maybe I feel it should only be worth $32. So what I do is I sell my share, and for the selling of that share, I'm going to be receiving $40. So therefore, I have a capital gain of $10. So that is another stream of income that I do have. Now, most of the time with my investing, I just buy and hold, which means I buy a stock and I never plan on selling until many years down the road. So I'm not actively buying stocks and selling out, but that is definitely a strategy. So let's say that you bought into Peloton and it really took off and you saw this stock take off, but perhaps with the pandemic coming to an end, maybe people are going to be returning to the gyms, or you just lose faith in the company. So you decide to sell out, and that actually would have been a pretty good move if you decided to sell out of Peloton around February of 2021, because at that point in time, it was worth quite a bit of money, and since then it has obviously dipped off. So that is one option you also have if you're buying into stocks and then you see the stock price rise, and then maybe something happens like in the case of Netflix, where they began making it harder for people to share accounts, or they raised the price of a subscription. Maybe you're thinking, hey, maybe they're going to be losing subscribers because of doing this. You decide to sell, that company's stock price drops, and then of course you profit from it, from selling it at the right time. Okay, so now that I've gone over my sources of income, something again I would definitely like to increase over time and perhaps have less active sources of income and perhaps more passive sources of income. So rather than being heavily involved in a business, making videos on YouTube every single day or finding products every single day to be selling on eBay and Amazon, I would like to find something that's a little bit more hands-off where I'm not having to do all that stuff. So one source of income that I'm definitely wanting to get into in the future is having rental properties. Now that's essentially where I'm just going to buy houses that maybe are undervalued. Maybe they're not, but I find it at the right price, a price where I can have a monthly payment lower than what I could rent it out for. So if I have a monthly payment of, let's say, $1,300, and then I can rent that property out for $1,800, every single month I'm making $500 on that property. So that's some extra cash flow coming into me. Now, sure, of that $500, I will have to put some of that money aside because obviously I'm going to be paying homeowners insurance. I'm going to be paying other fees like property tax. And perhaps that house is going to need some labor over time. It's going to need maintenance. It's going to need a new roof, maybe something with the plumbing, but $500 every single month is definitely going to be a good cash flow. So that is something I'm going to want to get into. Now, other things dealing with real estate is also I could get into, or you could get into, buying and flipping properties. That's where you're going in and buying houses that are definitely undervalued, or maybe they're just undervalued because maybe they're in a great area, but maybe they're just way out of date. The kitchen is from the 1960s, the bathrooms are from the 1960s. So you go in there, you pay a very low price, you fix up the kitchen and bathrooms, and then you flip it for a higher amount. So that is definitely another stream of income you can get into. Not something I necessarily want to get into, at least in the near future, but that's just one idea to give you guys. Now, another idea of a stream of income, and also something that I did do in the past, is driving for Uber Eats, driving for Uber, DoorDash, anything like that. Now, you will need to keep in mind that doing all this driving can definitely do some wear and tear on your vehicle. And of course, right now, gas prices are so high, it may not be worth it for a lot of you, but there are a lot of people who are very successful with these rideshare services, and they kind of make it work. So with DoorDash, I believe you actually receive an order, you know up front how much you're going to make. So if you're only going to make $5 on a certain order and you're going to be driving 15 miles, maybe it's not worth it. But if you're going to be making $25 on one order because a person tipped a lot of money and you're not going to be driving a lot of miles, perhaps that could be worth it for you. Now, another option, something else I did in the past, was freelance writing. Now, this is for people who have blogs, they have certain websites, and they need articles written for their website. And they're going to pay you a certain sum of money depending on how good of a writer you are. So you'll be making anywhere between $1 to $10, perhaps even more, or perhaps even less, depending on the type of writer you are. It is going to be based on a 100-word structure. So the website that I worked for in the past, I'm not sure if they're still around, but in my time, they were very legitimate. That was textbroker.com. Now, there are certain levels. There's anywhere between 1 star up to 5 stars. I believe 5 stars got paid $5 per 100 words written, but that is definitely a service that you could sign up for. And you're going to be writing, again, for blogs. You're going to be writing for websites on certain topics, and you know what you're going to be writing about up front. This is something you can do from home. You can do wherever in the world. So this is definitely something you could look into doing. Now, just branching off that, you could also start your own blog. Now, you might be thinking, how exactly does this work? Well, you need to find something that you're passionate about, that you can write about, and also gets keyword searches through Google. So you need to find something, a website that's keyword friendly. So with this, I would definitely do your own research, be watching YouTube videos on how to get views on your website, because it's definitely not easy. And a lot of people, they start a website and then they give up very quickly because their website isn't getting traffic. So you definitely need to learn how to make your website kind of keyword friendly, where when people are searching for something like how to repair something in their house, your website is going to be coming up on the first couple of pages. Now, this was something that was a lot easier to do a decade or so ago. There's a lot more competition right now, but is it possible? Yes, it certainly is. So that's another idea, is starting your own blog. And the way you can make money off of this is, again, kind of going back to my idea in the beginning. What I do with YouTube is you have affiliate marketing. So in addition to affiliate marketing, where you have companies advertising on your website for a certain sum of money every single month or every single year, you can also place Google ads on your website and get paid through Google as well for every time that someone visits your website and sees that ad and perhaps even clicks on that ad. Or with affiliate marketing, you could also put certain companies on your website. So if your website revolves around the gym or fitness, perhaps you could set up affiliate marketing where someone will go to a supplement website. Anytime someone buys a supplement, in return, that website will give you a kickback of, let's say, 15% of the sales price. So that's just another way that you can make money with your blog or your particular website. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I do hope that it helped and it provided value for you, and I hope that it gave you some ideas for increasing your streams of income. If it did, let me know in the comment section below which one you're thinking of starting and how many streams of income do you currently have. So once again, thank you guys for watching this video if you did make it all the way through, and I would appreciate if you would give this video a like, and of course subscribe to my channel so you will be the first one to be notified when I do release future videos. So once again, thank you so much, and I do hope that you have a great rest of your day.